Hey guys, this is another YouTube video from yours truly. Um, I'm over here at Dumpster Gaming. Anyway, I got another hunter. I decided to make one as I'm gonna try to main this guy. Of course I'm on an RP server now. Tried to go over to Worm Arrest Accord and whatnot. Um, I've been seeing a lot of videos, especially a lot of showing up in my autoplay of this Baldur's Gate 3 controversy crap. I don't even see it's a controversy, to be honest. It's amazing that Larian Studios made a very great game, and it's pretty good. I don't play Baldur's Gate personally, and I'm just gonna let everybody know that I really don't play it, and the reason why is because Baldur's Gate really doesn't hit the spot for me. And it's not because it's a crap game or anything, it's just because of the fact that I'm just gonna be honest, I'm such a noob at tactical combat that I really don't know what I'm doing half the time. Anyway. Ah. Alright, so I did that. Go play some. Sorry, I got distracted. But I don't play. I tried Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 way back when it was almost brand new still. And I just, even that playing this game tournament, I just couldn't get into it. I tried really hard, but I really couldn't get into it. Like I said again, I'm not good at an RPG, so yeah, I really don't have depth in that field. But there is a fan basis for it, as there is for everything else. There's a fan basis for it, and that fan base is happy and rapidly growing. Just because
for the Horde
of what Larian Studios brought to the table.
Be safe.
A complete game with complete functions, you know, everything on the up and up, and there's nothing really ridiculous with it. Like it's a well, outside of the hilarity I've seen with some of the videos of content creators creating content with it, there is some pretty funny stuff going on. It does inspire me to want to play it. I'm not gonna lie, it does, but I know I'm not the savviest of tactical RPGs, so I'm kind of not focused on it. And again, like I said, this game is doing really well, and it got me thinking as to why is this game doing good, but other games they're just not. And you know what I think it is, and this is my opinion, it's identity. A lot of these video game companies and AAA companies their video games have identity crisis. A really bad identity crisis. You can look no further than the game I'm playing right now, World of Warcraft. If you compare it to what Classic was, this game is not even a fourth of what Classic was. And anybody who's played Classic World of Warcraft can agree with me on that one. Okay, retail just isn't what it used to be. Alright? Now, World of Warcraft would be in a better place if it had stuck to its roots and didn't deviate from that. That's why they locked classic play.
Indeed, a coward hiding behind his minions.
Okay, Ganar, thank you for interrupting me. Anyway. And that's because, straight up, World of Warcraft isn't, the best MMO on the block. Because they changed it.
I require a target. I need to target.
And I don't think it's the devs' fault. I have a small degree in business, and I can tell you that it ain't really the devs' fault. And that we should really start trying to forgive them for their shortcomings. And the only reason why I say this is not because I'm a fanboy, it's because I know how businesses work and corporations work. Think of it this way.
We would reunite
You're
on
a
the
gamer.
battlefield someday.
You're playing your favorite video game.
Or don't you recognize your
and you love
brother?
What's going on with the game.
Fenris.
So you decide to become a dev.
Brother, let us talk. We are still family.
And you become a dev for this game
Devour
that you
them.
love. And what happens is you make all these decisions I didn't walk the boss man and tell him, well, this is a good idea, this is shit, and we don't want it. In a roundabout book, okay? This is what happens when you do. You have to take into consideration that devs are people too. And they probably have big plans, big dreams, get into these companies and put some ideas they had on paper, or some ideas they had while they played the game into action. And that's why they joined to make these things happen. I'm trying to figure out why this is so loud.
Already comes. Orcs are meant to be mastered. Let them come. Traitor! Lydia's right. The Iron Horde will
It's
move
loud in my
against
head.
us.
There's all this.
We
Anyway,
must be ready.
Distracted.
We will not. We'll be ready.
But
they will never
they themselves, they got into these games, they got into these companies because they wanted to make and influence the games they love. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. Is that, so you gotta remember that. Like, even with Blizzard Studios, I wanted to be a game dev back when I was young because, and I have some experience in it, I just don't have a degree in it. But I wanted to work for Blizzard Studios too, but then I got to seeing a lot of the changes they were making, a lot of the stuff they were doing in the company and all that, and I'm just over here like, well, this is not a good company to work for. And I started realizing it's because this game developer's a company. That's why Larian Studios has more freedom, because when you have a small group of developers or an indie developer company buying the IP and making something out of it, there's a lot more communication. Like, if one developer looks over the other and go, hey man, you know, it'd be really cool if we put this in there. All they gotta do is agree between the 6 of them, or the 7 of them, or the 8 of them, okay? Maybe there's 12 still. They all 12 of them, they gotta have a majority agreement on what to put in the game. Compared to a corporation, which works like this, you have over 1,000 developers working on one segment of the game. They all have great ideas, but they can't get them pushed through because they have to get the boss to agree to those ideas. And once he agrees with those ideas, he's got to take it to his boss for the idea and see if they like it. And then that boss has to take it to the CEOs, and then the CEOs have to agree to it. You see, it's not about budget. See, they don't want to tell you that there's a hierarchy they have to follow to get things done. This is why these games have changed and become, you know, the way they are now. And I'm glad Larian Studios is showing these companies that smaller is better when it comes to the development team, and more time spent is better than, you know, just rushing a game and tossing it out there for everyone else.
It is a good day to fight for a clan.
So, the point, again, like I said, that's the point I'm making here, is that we have to remember these are people working for a corporation. Anybody who's worked for a corporation, you know, if anybody here that watches these videos that works for a corporation, you know what it's like, especially if you're a manager. If you want to make a change to something, or you want to do something different, there's a whole process you have to do just to get that one change. Even if it is just, we want to build a, you know, asexual bathroom for people, you know, to go in and out because we have the other 2 bathrooms are too small, and I just want to add a 3rd one just for in between and whatnot. That takes an act of Congress practically just to get that passed for one building to be done. It literally does. Like, if you want an extra space in your storage room, or a larger freezer, if you work in fast food, you know what that's like when the freezer's too cramped, you need a larger freezer. You still gotta secure the funds and be okay from the higher ups before you can even do that. And I guarantee you that's what's going on with these game companies. They don't have anyone that just says okay and lets it fly. That's why these indie companies are winning the race right now, and the corporations are not. Is because, again, there's not much of a, you know, hierarchy to talk to get something done. Instead, it's like, oh, okay, well, if we want to do this, you know, it's a great idea you got there. Let's see how everyone else feels about it. Okay, well, there's not too many people here who disagree. Let's do it. Let's put it in the game. Let's get it in there. Okay, and then you got that going. That's how it works. You don't have it that way in corporations. It's a good idea. Does this person agree with it? How do I sell it to this person? And if you're not really savvy in knowing how to explain things to a boss and convince a boss to go with your idea, it's not happening. It's not. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's just not going to happen. You're stuck. You're not going to be able to do it. Even if your whole team has that one guy who can delegate to the boss properly, he still has to agree with it. And if he agrees with it, now he's got to figure out a way to convince his boss that it's okay, that it's a good idea, that we should go with it, we should partake the time to put this in there. You know, that's what the problem is. It isn't the fact it's live service. It isn't the fact that there's bugs all the time. 99% of the time, it's because there's so much delegation that's got to get done, and that there's nothing to be, and that there's nothing good that comes out of it. I don't think every person who becomes a developer for a game company, whether it's graphic design, storyboard, or even gameplay, comes in the game company with the idea that they're going to ruin the game. 99% of the time, I don't even believe that's the case. I believe there's a 1% chance there might be somebody out for blood, and that's what happens. But 99% of the time, it's usually because there's such a big process just to get one thing done that it's taxing, it's tiring. We just might as well just go through with a normal idea. If corporations took the players and took the developers who love the game at heart and took some of their ideas and put them in the games would be better. They would be way better than what they are now. Because they had that when they were small, and now they're so large, those ideas don't matter. Not anymore. And that's the problem. These companies don't care about that. They care about making money. And if the idea to the bosses isn't about how it's going to make money or make them more money, it's not happening. And that's the biggest issue. And that's why Baldur's Gate 3 is good. It's not because Larian Studios just found the right place, right time. No, it's literally because Larian Studios doesn't have to delegate. It's just flat, hey, we want this to go. The fans will love this idea because we're all fans of the game. And if they're a fan like us, they're going to like this idea and we'll put it in the game. It's easier to do that than it is with a corporation like, say, Blizzard Entertainment, Activision, EA, or anything of that nature. It's a hierarchy of nonsense you got to go through just to get one thing. I can guarantee you, at Blizzard Studios right now, there's at least 5 different people in the development team that hates the state of World of Warcraft right now. At the very minimum, 5. And I'm willing to believe maybe over half of them hate the state of World of Warcraft right now. And the only reason why they can't do anything about it is because nobody wants to hear what they have to say. Because it doesn't matter what they say, because the fact it's not making Kotick money, so Kotick doesn't care. And it's not happening. Because it's not going to make Kotick money. Again, that's the problem. It's really literally. So I think as gamers, we need to stop hammering the devs. I mean, yes, they're the easiest people to get in contact with, because you can't get in contact with the CEOs. I totally understand that. I understand that's the best way to get in contact with somebody, but we need to stop being mad at the developers and start coming down on these CEOs and management in these corporations that don't put player first. And that's why that's literally what the problem is. That's why we don't have a problem with paying $60 for Baldur's Gate 3, and everybody's trying to learn how to play tactical RPG, because there's no other good game on the market that can compare itself to it right now, because of the simple fact that the game is designed for the player. These other games are not really designed with player intentions. I mean, Dragonflight, granted, is a very good expansion, but honestly, it's so overwhelming even for somebody like me who's got time to play it. Okay, that's why I keep making alts. That's why I have a lot of alts. I'm on several different servers at any given time. Because the end game is overwhelming. Now, yeah, that's good for some people, but not for me. Okay, so I'm not going to crap on it. I like the fact that Blizzard's trying to make sure there's work and extra things to do besides World Quest and dailies that you can do to not only earn reputation, but to, further enhance your character or, give yourself some more currency. I like that. That is great. That is so great. Like, from somebody who's played World of Warcraft since the beginning of Wrath of Lich King, I can tell you that is the greatest thing they have done. And I am proud of them for that. I'm excited for the Emerald Dream expansion coming up because I want to see what they're going to do next now. But again, it could be way worse. They could be like, well, I understand this is all overwhelming. Here's an expansion. Here's a patch that's not as overwhelming anymore. And here's a lot less to do. Content drought, blah, blah, blah. Blizzard, I think, at this point in time, needs to start not only listening to its devs, but start listening to its community as a whole to make their game as good as Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3 has set a standard that none of these game companies are going to follow because they want to make money, and they're going to do it at the player's expense regardless. But if Blizzard decided to follow this trend and kind of turn it on its head a little bit, you know, and make it more reflecting on for World of Warcraft, I think World of Warcraft would probably double in its player base again, because Blizzard has thought of the players and the players that are playing this game instead of the company and the company making money. Yes, I understand the companies have to make money, okay? But the truth of the matter is, you can't make money if you don't have a player to play it. Okay, there's an old story. I know I know these companies will allow whales. Like ESO is the biggest whaling company I've ever seen in my life. A whaling gaming MMO I've ever seen in my life. But I'm just gonna tell you this right now. There's an old story called Moby Dick. If you read Moby Dick, you find out Captain Ahab, he lost everything hunting one whale. One whale, and in the end, he still died to that whale. Captain Ahab didn't even get to kill Moby Dick. He died. Okay, that's a lesson in that story that tells you, hey, if you're going to go whaling all the time, you're going to lose everything. And Blizzard's figured it out a little bit. I think they figured it out just a tiny bit. I don't think they fully comprehend it yet, because, you know, they can't, because, you know, restrictions and restraints from Bobby Kotick. But Elder Scrolls has yet to figure it out. That's why their community base keeps dwindling and dwindling and dwindling, because every time, like recently, Elder Scrolls Online released a huge a houseboat, okay, for 127,000 cash shot points. If you don't know how much money that is, that's $125 in real money for an in-game house. That's half of some people's paychecks. You see what I'm saying? There's no nuance there. That's why Larian Studios is doing better. That's why Larian Studios games, and the Baldur's Gate 3 is doing better than all the other games, is because there's none of that in there. Yeah, I understand, gotta make money, but let's be greedy as hell. It's not gonna fix anything. Players are tired of this nonsense. They really are, and Baldur's Gate 3 is a real good stance of that. And I'm curious to see what Blizzard Entertainment's gonna do. Because with all these other games becoming better than them, and keeping their fan bases as high as they are, they're going to want to tap into that money, just like they did when Pokemon released Black and White back during Mr. Pandaria, and they decided to put pet battles in the game, because they wanted to try to get Pokemon players to play the game. I can guarantee you they're going to do something around the neighborhood of whatever Baldur's Gate 3 is, or whatever they think that's in Baldur's Gate 3, that's making everybody play it. When it dawns on them, okay, they're going to try to harness that and put it in this game. I can guarantee you they're going to do it. I know there's not much gameplay going on right now. I just figured I'd spill my beans on some things. But, yeah. I'm sorry this video is lacking a lot of gameplay content, and it's more of a...
All I need.
Let's try to get back to the game.
Frost Wolves! The Iron Horde is coming. As we speak, they mark.
But, yeah, that's just my opinion on all of it. You can see that I got Icy Veins. It's not a direct sponsor of them. But... again, I feel like World of Warcraft could be in a much better position if Blizzard Entertainment actually went through and did what they were supposed to do. Instead of, you know...
we will hold the line here.
If they would have kept their originality of the game,
you can
not
speak with
changed
the
anything, the game
Do you think you
better.
can collapse this canyon?
That's what Baldur's Gate 3 is doing better.
It would be a momentous
There's
task.
no other reason for it.
I cannot make any promises. I can. Shaman, if you bring that cliff wall down, I promise that our enemy will be waiting right underneath it. Then I will do my best.
So yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just...
You'd better hurry. Here they come.
Baldur's Gate 3 is just... It's opening a lot of eyes.
Hold your position,
It's opening a lot of eyes.
I require
Even if they don't like it. And again, we need to stop hating. Quite literally the skill of the corporation bosses.
Your Iron Horde can bleed on my axe.
Hold on, maybe I can fix the volume this way, because it seems like the volume on my computer is correct. Oh, there we go. Now I got them yelling at me right now. Thank God. Anyway.
I do not have a target.
like I said, I just think honestly that's what it needs to be. I think game companies. I think it's just the fact that game companies have lost their identity and they're just too busy trying to chase the dollar, you know, chasing the dragon instead of actually chasing, you know, what gives them the dollar. And that's the problem. What gives them the dollar? What, I mean, honestly, if you work for dev, again, I'm not trying to kiss your butt and try to make you feel like this guy's for us. No, because some of y'all really need to stand up for yourselves. I mean, really. If the writer's strike in Hollywood is doing anything, it's showing that you need to start standing up for yourself. This can't continue. Because think of it this way, guys. You're going to get fired just so people like Kotick can keep making their money. Some people at Kotick can keep making their huge amounts of dollars because of the stupid ideas they come up with that flop. If you're not willing to stand up for yourselves, you're never going to get anywhere. I mean, for crying out loud, PoE, Exile, okay, it's better than Diablo. And the reason being is because it's written by the Diablo 2 team. Yeah, the Diablo 2 team is responsible for Path of Exile. Alright? That's why that game's largely successful. As soon as Kotick started, people like Kotick and other corporate blackballs started telling them what to do, how to make their game better, they left the studio. That's why it took so long for Diablo 3 to come out. Because they couldn't find anyone that could just destroy the game like they did.
This isn't a choke point. It's a meat grinder.
Keep coming.
So yeah, it's not going to change unless they change it. Another news. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I know I have it on my channel that I am autistic. But say that. But not only am I autistic, but I believe in God.
Get out there and lend him a hand.
If that hurts my channel to say that, that's fine. I don't care. I don't think famous on YouTube anyway. My common sense is it's given to me by God, and I've survived so much crap, including suicide twice. Because, you know, unaliving myself twice. I'm sorry, I gotta say the right word for the algorithm. But, you know, because I did all that, God saved me through it. He pulled me out of it both times. Every bad relationship I had, I survived my mother and father's divorce because of God. And I at least try to have some kind of common sense with a lot of things because of him. So, I give the glory to God and praise to God at all times for it. So if you are wondering what kind of YouTuber you're watching or viewing this video of, that's the kind of YouTuber I am. I don't bring my religion and all that into play when I make a decision on things, or videos, or conversations for videos. Again, I try to make this a politics-free kind of channel, and a lot of people like to wrap religion into politics, which is, again, to me, is pretty bad. It's bad and stupid. I don't think we should be wrapping politics into religion, considering religion is actually the exact opposite of politics. But that's just that. That's a different, debatable conversation for another day. But the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I watched a video from Millie and Matt Go Boom a little while ago, and she was talking about how we had to be more braver. So I guess I'll be a little bit brave and admit that right now. But yeah, man, that's just that. As I continue to move on, I work hard, I play harder, and I enjoy the little things in life instead of the big things that everybody else wants. This channel isn't about all the nonsense and nuances of reality. It's more about, you know, seeing some of the crazy stuff that goes on, either in gaming or with people in general, and just either noticing it and just observing that it exists and just moving on. And while playing a video game, you know, I like my video games. I like playing with people. I like talking to people and all that. Heck, I work in a kitchen. So for me, work is all about sociability and being able to conversate. Plus, this is also helping me with that, so I can properly learn how to socialize and converse with people. And maybe along the way, I also noticed I got another subscriber recently. I don't know who it is, but if you're new here, thank you for hitting the subscribe button.
have a target.
I mean, even if you don't like my opinions, I find it great. And there's my cat meowing in. But like I said again, like I said, I'm not trying to divide my fan bases or try to cause problems admitting saying this kind of stuff. I'm just being honest about it. I really don't care for politics because again, I'm apolitical, so I like my issues that we address, so I don't really care. That's really how I look at it. I'm not going to do too much dating advice. I may talk about some of the nonsense that these people are talking about these days because it doesn't really fit in reality, no matter how people want it to. Which I might make a video on that, my stance on that stuff. But there you leave my dog alone. You went. Anyhow, as you can see, I'm easily distracted while I'm playing games. This is why I like it.
A real man would treat his mate with respect.
I require a target.
Don't you forget that, folks.
Probably would have caught that axe.
Don't forget that, folks. That's what Draka says. Real man treats his mate with respect. Don't forget that, folks. That's the best relationship advice you can get from in a video game. Anyhow.
I need to target something first.
Anyhow.
I do not have a target.
I'm still trying to get Melody Mac to go boom to. Still trying to get her to respond to my request to want to discuss biblical stuff, because she has a biblical channel now. I think it'd be nice to see a higher end YouTuber lower themselves to peon level to talk to us and try to figure out what we have to say. At least have an open discussion. That's another thing. Again, this is another thing that's plaguing a lot of other videos. The unwillingness to discuss things or talk about things with other people. Like game devs, calling people racist and nonsense like that. That's the problem. If you're not willing to talk to somebody, just say that. It's just that simple. If you're not willing to talk about your problems or talk about issues going on in your life, that's okay. But talk to us like we're human. We're all human at the basis of everything. Whether we be, violently evil, or we're, fused, good, centralized person people, we're all humans. We all have brains, even though some of us don't use it. We all have brains. And we should treat each other with some level of unity, at least open the door for discussion. At least try to have some discussion without insulting behavior or rhetoric. Yeah, that's how this ends. Straight up bravery. That's what a man is, folks. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things that plague communities nowadays. Instead of coming together and talking, we like to debate and fight each other over dumb stuff that isn't even worth fighting over. I don't see the point in fighting over the stuff we usually fight over every day. I think we need to start coming together and start trying to talk our issues out. Because as long as we keep yelling, fighting,
Run with the pack.
Cussing each other out, we're just gonna keep having problems.
Everybody pulls their weight.
Come, Lorca. You're an enhancement shaman. I like enhancement shamans.
What is it?
Frost Lorca. She came upgraded. Alright. That'll work. Alright, I go to Gorgron. See what I got in here. This needs to be somewhat emptied, I think. Not working very powerful beast. Well, that sucks. Anyway, I'm 35 now. Oh, that reminds me. Something I gotta use. Let's get that enchant log unlocked, because I didn't have that before. Something else for 45. What was it? Do I have enough to make this home yet? It's 35. No, 39 of that. Alright, well, Who won you to? Can't fly through Thunder Pass. Can I navigate through Thunder Pass? Dang. Bought the house down on top of Gnar. Anyway. There's really no reason why I can't fly right now. It's just not letting me do it. What starfish? Anyway. Siege works. Can I fly now? No, still can't fly. I wanna fly. But, yeah, it's like I said, it's a big problem, but we gotta learn to live with it, I guess, as humans. Just learn to live with the fact that people are just buttholes, and they're gonna be buttholes until they die. Or at least until they get some kind of revelation where they change their minds about being the butthole. Oh, it's level 90.
Fight as one.
I can't remember these guys. Okay, these guys ain't needed to. They're not elite anymore. They used to be elite back in the day. Yeah, I'm a Maghar orc.
I need to target something first.
Collection of coils. Okay.
I require a target.
Random new quest I didn't know nothing about. What's up? Just made the wrong choice. Okay.
I cannot attack that target.
Got that stomp, boy. Stomp on. Pop, 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 pop. No, not yet. Shouldn't be outside, but it's like really cloudy and foggy outside. I'm not gonna lie out there. Yeah, my cat's an indoor cat, if anybody's wondering. I named her Kalia, as in Kalia. I named her cat, his name's Thrall. Because, you know, I'm that much of a WoW fan. Because of all the MMOs I've played, this is the only one that keeps my attention. I mean, ESO was great. You know, we had a falling out. Not because of microtransactions, because of other things. Like, the community just straight up freaked me out, man. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's some creepy people online in that game. And I just couldn't have it. Kind of why I left Moonlord.
I do not have a target.
On here, because there's too many weirdos. I mean, I'm weird enough as this because I'm autistic. God, there's just some people, man, make my skin crawl. Some people just make my skin crawl. I don't know what else to tell you. I guess is what the women folk call vibes.
I cannot attack that.
I don't know. I don't consider it the vibes, because I really don't even know if vibes are a real thing or not. That's just me. Stomp. Ren to use Stomp. It was super effective.
Too far away.
I don't think he counts. He doesn't count.
I require a target.
As a Beastmaster, if you, I'm gonna tell you this right now. These dogs that spawn from this blessing of the Frost Wolf over here. Let me just tell you this. These dogs are affected by Berserk. It's hilarious. Like, you could Berserk all three of them up. Yeah, it's great. Truly OP. Drainer would have to be the better expansion. I said that before in another video. It'd have to be the better expansion, especially for Myanmar. You should definitely come play Drainer and learn your roots. God damn it. Move. It's like I'm put my butt in your face. Move.
I must get closer. I do not have a target.
She's getting foul-tempered. I can't. She's like swinging her tail really hard.
What is it? For the Frost Wolves. Run with the pack. Fight as one. Run with the pack. Fight as one. For the Frost Wolves. Run with the pack.
Dang, this guy's like going straight guerrilla warfare. These guys. You can tell this is an orc that's about had enough of people's crap. Okay, where are you getting tar from? Iron. In barrels. Oh, it's part elemental. You filthy casual. Alright, that's cool. Oh, okay, that's how you dish your fire animals, so I just have to remember that. Get over here! Speaking of which, I've seen it on that one, and I'm not sure if I really like it, or if I'm curious about it. Yeah, I'm a long time Mortal Kombat player too. I've played Mortal Kombat since the first one.
I need to target something first.
But I don't think I'll be getting it until it's like done. You know what I'm saying?
I require a target.
Until like they've done everything they're gonna do with it first, because I don't believe in buying a game now until it's completely done. Because I don't see the point in spending so much money on DLC and all that nonsense. I really think it'd be best to just buy. I think fighting games have to start coming complete when they come out, instead of, you know, tons of DLC and crap. And I'm not really sure if I like the whole guest character thing. I mean, why couldn't they have just been made characters in the game? I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of stuff I don't like. It's really, to me, it just seems really stupid.
I do not have a target.
And I've heard that Dave Bautista endorses the game. Well, I don't even give a dang what Dave Bautista thinks. I don't care what Dave Bautista thinks. I mean, I really don't. He's not even in Mortal Kombat. He's not even, I doubt that man even plays Mortal Kombat. I think he was just there as a hired mouthpiece to make the game look good. You show me a video of Dave Bautista playing the game, and I'll believe he plays it. That's how I look. And Megan Fox is Natara. What the hell? Can you shill any more WB? Are you gonna pull? You can tell this is no longer a NetherRealm game. This is a WB game. That's what it is. That's the only reason why they got these actors doing, because they already have contracts. That's something I don't like. I don't like that at all. Because it's really like the whole bandwagon approach. Like, hey, Dave Bautista and Megan Fox are in this game. You want to play this game? And I'm over here just like, no, I don't care about those people. Are they any good?
I require
Like, if I put Mortal Kombat Trilogy in, and I sat down next to Dave Bautista, could Dave Bautista could he do it? If not, then I'm not worried about it. I don't really care. It's like, flat out, I just don't care if that's the case. He's not worth my time. I'll tell you what, you show me a video of Ed Boon playing his game, and then I might care. Because Ed Boon couldn't even play Mortal Kombat 3 when the game was on tour. Okay? He may be a developer, he may have been the co-creator of the game, but he can't play his own game. So, if you show me a video of him playing MK1, I might buy it. I want to see Ed Boon get his ass kicked. Sorry for the language, but that's just what I want to see. Sorry, because, well, I gotta remember guidelines, and I'm not supposed to say certain words. Hard not to. It's hard. Again, that's another good thing about this. Me doing this, I'm trying to cull back my language as much as possible. I'm trying to become a better person. You know what I'm saying? If you show me Ed Boon, playing his game, I'll probably believe it more. And believe it's worth playing, because if he's not playing the game, then I don't really care, because that just shows me he's just throwing everything he can at it just so he can make his parent company money. I mean, really, I'm not even sure if I'll like the whole team assist thing. I mean, though, it's great to see Matara back in full 3D. You know, but the fact that you can't just fight Mataro no more, it's just stupid. You should be able to fight Mataro straight up and fight Goro straight up, because I like the way their models look. I'm a full on say this. I like the way it looks. It looks good. And I like the fact that Mataro and Goro, their models look fantastic. I mean, really fantastic. I don't think I've seen a better model for them ever, just because of that. Okay, but if we're not gonna get serious about it and really start discussing Mortal Kombat should be, I think those characters should be playable. I think those characters should be playable, and I think the fact that NetherRealm didn't make these characters playable just shows right there that they don't want to do it. And I'm not kidding about that. I think that's just shows that they didn't want it to be that way, and they want it to be that way. Why would they? That would take effort. You know what I'm saying? All the characters look good. And Natara looks... I don't really think they captured Megan Fox the way they should have. I'm just gonna be straight up. I don't think they did a good job with Natara's appearance. She looks really weird. I'm not even kidding. I think her CG's way out of proportion. And don't even get me started on Tanya. I'm not even gonna get started on Tanya. I mean, God, I don't know what actress they had do all her motion capture and face template, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I was her, I would be morbidly insulted that they made me look like that. Just for the sake of diversity. I would be mad about that. I really would. I'd be furious. Especially if I was a woman. Which I'm not, so... I would be mad about that crap. I really would. I'd be like, hey, you need to fix this right now. This hurts my image. I mean, think about it. You're gonna be... That woman will be really remembered as having one of the worst looking character models in a video game. I wouldn't want to be remembered for that. I really would. I'd be mad. I'd be mad as all get out about that.
That item is still recharging.
Again, this is not a politics type of issue. This is like a personal image kind of issue. Think about it. If you're doing a motion capture model and your face is being attached to something, like your personal appearance is being attached to something, you don't want it to be something that's going to make you look worse. I really couldn't do it. I don't know what the woman looks like naturally, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't want my appearance to be attached to something that even I know doesn't look that good. Regardless of what for the sake of whatever it is, I wouldn't be happy with it. I'd be, oh god, I'd be grossed out. I really would. I'd probably sue NetherRealm, honestly. I probably would just sue NetherRealm because of it. Just because they made me look that horrendous. But they made all the other characters look okay, look good.
Fight as one for the Frostborn.
I think I would sue just because they made me look that way. The sake of whatever. But I do like the they made the Tarkatans face off the plague, but from what I've seen of the videos of it that's been like buzzing all over YouTube and Facebook and everything, I'm just gonna be honest, I think they did Baraka wrong. Now, I don't like the character. I really don't. Me and Baraka have this sort of past where he's good for one game that I can play him in one game really well, and then there's another game comes out and he just sucks all the way around. I think I really, really don't like what they've done to Baraka. Story in this one. They could have given this a really good story arc, but instead he's got this disease that took away his entire family life. It's like, come on, Liu Kang, you really gonna crap on this character? I mean, really. Well, this one, just when NetherRealm was starting to make his story more of a good story, you know, where it was like, okay, he's part of this. The Baraka's not his name; it's a title given to him by his clan, his kinsmen, and all that. It's for the strongest one of the group. You know, and that's given to them. So when you know you're fighting Baraka, he's not the same incarnation as the one from 2. It's a different Baraka each time because the strongest one of the clan is the one who's in charge.
Durotan, we must move on before we are discovered.
You know, that to me, that's
friend of the Frostborns. Run with them.
that to me was a good story. I liked that because it really brought out what the Tarkatans were and made them make some more sense. I do like how my boy Reptile's in this game too, because Reptile, God, and let me tell you something. In Deadly Alliance, I was the poke king with Reptile. I would poke everything to death. It was just great because the way he was built, the way his fighting style worked, and I think it's nice that they brought him back. Even though all the fans wanted him in 11, you know, but whatever. And I like how he's got the whole shape-shifting thing down, where it's like he can turn into a human, all that. And then it's like, wait a minute now. And then you got this other thing going on where it's like, oh, because he could turn into a human, his tribe doesn't like him. I'm like, well, I would rather prefer his tribe to have been extinct at this point, because, to be honest, for a race of individuals who are literally they're literally carnivorous lizards that hunt and kill outworlders for food. You would think the fact that Reptile can turn into a human would make him a better hunter and killer at that point. But no, he's not liked for that by his own people, and I'm just like, come on now, NetherRealm. This makes no sense. You're gonna do him like that too? That's just stupid. Okay, and then you got Shao Kahn. I think the worst thing Mortal Kombat has ever done is make Shao Kahn a playable character. I think he should have never been a playable character. That's just my opinion. And I know there's a lot of people who are gonna like disagree with me with that. And I'm like, yeah, I have fun playing as Shao Kahn, especially in 11. I had fun playing as him, but I don't think him being a playable character has done anything for his character. I think if he would have stayed the boss character, the boss archetype, as the blood-crazed warlord type thing, and not be playable, that would have been great. Like, of the cameo characters, I think Shao Kahn should have been a cameo character. Just because, you know, him being playable doesn't do anything for him. Okay, I don't care for it, and I really believe that they messed up by making him playable. And I've thought this way since Trilogy, where he first became playable. Again, not saying I didn't enjoy being Shao Kahn and playing as Shao Kahn throughout the series. I just think he should have stayed not playable. That's just my opinion. Okay, Rico, I see you noticed that they brought Rico back. The character they said they really didn't like and weren't going to redo or revisit sometime in the future. They brought him back due to fan demand. And I like the fact that Rico's back because it makes me wonder if he's going to be like a Shao Kahn fanboy like he used to be. Or is he just going to be Shao Kahn's second in command? Like I said, I'm kind of torn with that because I want to get the game to find out what Rico is going to be in this game. Rather than, you know, everything else. But again, they crapped on all my favorite characters. On all the characters. Well, not all my favorite characters. You can say Block is my favorite character. But they crapped on a lot of characters, and I really didn't care for that. Now, another thing I don't really understand or know why they took this direction with something is I had a thought. Making Scorpion and Sub-Zero brothers, that kind of ruins a lot of the Scorpion lore. Sub-Zero lore. But I can understand they want to take a different approach to the story this time around. And Raiden coming back, you know, to be, you know, Liu Kang's apprentice instead of the other way around. I think that's great. That's a great thing. I'm glad that they did that. That really does. That shows how nice Liu Kang is. Even as a god, he's still acting in a way because, hey, you know, this is my best friend in the whole wide world, you know. It was Raiden. And I brought Raiden back, so that's great. I like that. I like how Kung Lao's back in the game. And, oh, that's right. Shang Tsung. Okay. I'm gonna try to be nice about this. As nice as I can possibly be. Why is Shang Tsung in Liu Kang's timeline?
Of your ruined village, or perhaps we could assist one another.
Why is Liu Kang in his timeline? Look, I don't know about you, but if I had problems with a certain person the greater part of my life, okay, and I was given the ability to change, alter, or make events happen differently than what they would have, I would have made sure Shang Tsung never was created. Altogether. Just would never have allowed it. Flat out. Him and Quan Chi. Because Quan Chi's just a sorcerer, and so is Shang Tsung. They're not gods, they're not deities, they don't have to be in the same place at the same time. I would have made sure neither one of them existed. That's just me. But I guess they didn't want to take that and then go, hey, you know, different timeline Shang Tsung appears because Liu Kang makes a point in the story that the timeline's been splintered. So if it's been splintered and there's alternate timelines out there, then this alternate timeline Shang Tsung could really appear. And that would have made more sense, because Liu Kang didn't want him around, and he didn't let him be. And now they have this alternate version of him that shows up anyway. That would have been great. But no, they had to involve everyone's least liked boss, Kronika, in all this. And I'm just like, really? You know nobody likes this boss. She's...
Yeah, what do you want?
Kronika is the worst boss I have ever seen for any fighting game. And I'm even saying worse than Seth from Street Fighter V, or Street Fighter 4. Seth had to be the worst boss I have ever had the displeasure of dealing with. Not because he was hard to beat or something of that nature, but because he made no sense to the story, and the fact that he was there is just stupid. That's why that's why Capcom never went back and revisited him. That's what I love about it. Capcom's like, okay, nobody liked Seth as the final boss, so we're just not going to do that again. Mortal Kombat's like, oh no, you will love Kronika, you will accept Kronika, you will take this as another boss. And that has gotta be the worst thing ever. I mean, God, it's so stupid.
What's up? Keep it real.
Now, what would have made okay? Now this is my opinion on how we could have made Chronica better as a boss like creature. I know this video has been going on for a while, but this is my thing. What would make Chronica better? Okay, first off, I think the way to make Chronica better would have basically just been like have her appear in 9 when Raiden first sent the message back to himself in the past and tried to alter the timeline. If Chronica would have summoned Raiden and had a talk with him in the past about him doing something stupid that he should not be doing, this would make sense. Chronica showing up repetitively and not would have been great, first off. That way you could have established her, Gearus, and some of the cosmology that you were trying to do. Then in MKX, Chronica again trying to fix the timeline that Raiden screwed up. And then they're like, well, we're going to fix it. She's going to fix it. She's trying to fix it. Raiden keeps making things worse. And then Chronica, kills Raiden. Raiden becomes the Black Raiden. You know what I'm saying? Black Lightning Raiden. They should have did that. That would have made more sense. And then in MK11, her showing up as the final boss would have had more, sense to be there than what it is now. I mean, it makes no sense to have her. I mean, she makes no sense to the story, no sense to the plot, none of that. I literally think she's gonna be the worst boss just because it's like NetherRealm wants to make her the boss, and you just have to accept it. Like, take this for instance. When it came to Shao Kahn, we knew about Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 1. If you let the demos play enough, you get the background story of MK1 in MK. I don't mean the MK1 that's now, I mean like the one that came out in 94. You literally get the background story of Shao Kahn, how he tells Shang Tsung what to do, and they've won several tournaments because of Shao Kahn, letting Shang Tsung lead the tournament with all of his tricks and crap, You literally get this notion that Shao Kahn's the boss. He's like the boss of bosses. And Shang Tsung is his lackey. So you literally get that storyline in this. And even at the end of the game, when you beat Shang Tsung and Goro, and you realize this was hard, man. God, beating those two in the back of the day was very, very hard. They were not easy bosses. I will not say they ever say that they were. They were very, very difficult. Okay? And then it leaves you wondering who the Shao Kahn guy is, and how much harder must he be? Especially if he's the one who could subdue and tell Shang Tsung, this already hard boss I just defeated. Okay? Who is this Shao Kahn character? Why is he so hard? That's how you build the villain. And then 2, you get Shao Kahn, you defeat Shao Kahn. And in 3 messages, he's not really dead, but, he's still alive because of soul magic, blah, 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 whatever. And then Shao Kahn reappears, and it's like, okay, can I kill Shao Kahn again? And that's it. That's just how it ends. It should have ended with 3, it ends with 3 of Shao Kahn, he doesn't reappear anymore. But you get this idea of how powerful Shao Kahn is throughout the game. Chronica, we don't even understand how powerful Chronica is. Okay? As a Titan, okay, which is supposed to be above the Elder Gods, okay? She's literally the Titan of Time. We are not given any indication as to how powerful she really is. Oh, well, her boss fight shows that off. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even give you a fraction. This is a Titan that controls time. None of that. This is a Titan that controls time. How are we given an indication of how powerful she is if she doesn't do anything of the sort in the fight? I'm just gonna be straight up. If Wonka did something in the game, or during the boss fight, or in the game that proved how powerful she was, I would have more reverence for her. But I have none because it doesn't do anything. Cat. she doesn't do anything. She really doesn't. She just talks a lot of crap. That's all she does. And we don't even get an indication of why you're able to kill Cetrion, who's an Elder God, for crying out loud. We don't even get any type of reasoning for that. You can just kill Cetrion, an Elder God, and you can just kill her. It's like, well, you could just kill Shinnok and all that too. Well, you gotta remember, they had a challenge in the Mortal Kombat first.
Burn the bodies, but keep the skulls. Die laughing. Burn the bodies, but keep the skulls.
You know, you literally have to.
Comes from the heart. Be brave. Burn, burn, fire and burn.
So I don't care. Again, I don't know. I just don't understand why Chronica. Why is it so important to have this character in the game? But anyway, and that's just my rant on that. I think I made the video off with this because I think I've gone on long enough. But yeah, again, y'all be safe out there. Y'all play games, enjoy your game, even if you don't like it. If you don't like it, and you like the feeling it gives you because you don't like it, then enjoy it, for crying out loud. Stop letting these game companies tell you what to like. Stop allowing this stuff and start speaking up. And stop hating devs. Have some sense about you. It's not the devs' fault they're doing what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing to keep their job. That's literally what it is. And you would do the same thing too if you wanted to keep your job. Alright. Y'all be good, and God bless.